right bowls, that's crashed away short and wide, and Charlesworth leathers it through backward point for 4, and that is the third on the boundary, the offside field. Right bowls stepping into the drive, Charlesworth out through extra cover. The outfield should still be pretty quick, and although it's a large playing area, the ball has plenty enough pace on it.
Characteristic run, sort of kicks up his heels, comes in, bowls fuller this time, inviting the drive. Phillips accepts the invitation, just leans into the push, and has...
Also against Leicestershire, right bowls to him, and that's cut away, a sort of slicing shot from Charlesworth. Will get 4 for it. A fielder, that it did do what it needed to this year.
Holland bowls outside off stump, and this time it is stylishly cut away by Charlesworth. It does look...
Ian Holland continues here round the wicket to Charlesworth. It's full and it's driven through the covers for 4. No need to run for that. A genuine half volley. Holland bowls, and that's another lovely drive out towards extra cover. Another boundary there for Charlesworth. It races across this quick outfield.
Hull in now, and that's clipped down to fine leg, very fine, and out to the boundary. It almost actually went through the gate that the players walk out from, which has been left open. So
Van Beek bowls, and that's slightly fuller. It's driven away square, and it's going to beat the attempt of deep third, who was running away to his left.
And then at other times they've possibly been back of a length. Hull bowls, Yorker bowled him! So he tried that Yorker in his first over. Phillips was able to keep it out, but that one he couldn't do, so he got some bat on it, I think.
In he comes and bowls. That's a good one that is taken brilliantly by Cox, diving to his right, found the outside edge of Price's bat. I wasn't sure it was going to carry, don't think it would have carried to first slip, but Cox dived across, put out his right glove and took it, an inch or so above the ground. Lovely take by Cox. Well bowled. Hull, another breakthrough. In he comes, back 20-yard run and bowls onto the toes of Charlesworth, clips it away down towards long leg, and fine leg running up the ropes. Shan Masood can't get there.
As Van Beek is in, short and wide, and cut away over backward point and away for 4.
Is in and bowls, cut away stylishly as ever by Charlesworth, but a good stop by Hill, who can't actually stop it in the end. He got there, got his right hand to it, pushed it along the rope.
Being bowled out by their old bowler. Short ball, and he's climbed into that one as Hammond. He's hit it a long way. He's hit it for 6 over backward square leg, helpfully signalled after a decent start there, just losing Reese for 11. Holland bowls, that slammed straight of mid-off and down to the boundary for 4, and Charlesworth in one fell swoop brings up the 100 for Gloucestershire and his personal 50. Right, we have to make this one count. Holland bowls, strays down leg side and is clipped for 4. Down to fine leg by Charlesworth. Just a fine glance. And the fielder's Holland bowls. Charlesworth drives, and that's gone to the left-hand side of mid-off. Just a controlled, almost check drive. But he knew Holland into Charlesworth, who drives on drive this time, and that's 4 more. He doesn't bother to move, other than to take a couple of satisfied steps over to the leg side. Holland into Charlesworth, and he has to play, but he plays it very confidently in defence to mid-on, and it's the end of the morning session. Gloucestershire winning the toss, deciding to do the decisive thing and bat first.
Next ball is too full and driven away just past extra cover, and that's going to race away for 4. Ball just gathering pace as it gets onto that dry, hard outfield.
As Van Beek bowls and hedged by Charlesworth to a and that's an appalling piece of fielding by Ben Mike down at third man, and Van Beek can't quite believe it. Mike.
Both well set, these two batters. Oh, well, he's bowled him on that occasion. That is an absolute beauty from Chris Wright. He's got a couple to jack back in, bowling to both Hammond and Charlesworth.
Hammond-Charlesworth partnership.
Van Beek in, that's full, and that's nicely driven past mid-off. It's running away towards the boundary, and it's going to get there. Another dot ball as Hull makes his way in. Goes for that leg stump Yorker, gets it slightly wrong, and it's a nice flick out towards deep mid-wicket by Hammond, and it gets all the way to the boundary for 4.
Hull very upright as he runs in and bowls a little bit short and pulled away all the time in the world. Really sat up quite nicely on to the sort of hip area, maybe just a touch higher for Bracey. Was in position very early and just sort of almost helped it.
Last ball of this over. Holland in to Hammond, and Hammond can get bat on ball. He drives it through the covers for a single, and that is a half century for Miles Hammond.
As Hull is in and bowls, and is pulled in the air, and it could be caught, and is caught at deep backward square by Logan Van Beek. So Hammond once again isn't going to go on to 3 figures, having passed 50 or having reached 50 on this occasion. Hull in bowl, short, pulled up into the air, but very, very firmly out towards deep backward square, and a no ball as well. So 6 runs from the delivery.
Van Beek goes in and bowls short and wide, clattered for 4 by Van Buuren. That has been sent at a rate of knots, a rasping cut shot, and it's 205 for 4.
Can't imagine anyone objecting. In goes Mike and bowled, pulled away in front of square by Bracey. Little short arm pull, really almost with his weight on his front foot. There wasn't a great deal of foot movement, but he was almost leaning forward there.
1 for 33 so far. In now to Van Buuren, who on drives. That is a really good looking shot. Stepped into it, recognised that it was just full enough that he...
Of the session, Patel is in. It's played firmly back to him, and this time he gets 2 hands down to the ball. To field, end of the session, 230 for 4, so 101 for 2 in the session.
3 for 54. His figures starts off with a short one. It's top edged in the air, down towards fine leg, and just over the head of Ben Mike, and it's gone for 6. Sorry, at 3 without loss. Hull ball, short ball. He has connected with that one as Van Buuren out through mid-wicket, and that will run away to the boundary. Round the wicket, Hull to Van Buuren. Full delivery, and that has been thumped through straight mid-off for 4.
He runs in, bowls, that's short, and that's been pulled away for 4 runs in front of square. Just sat up nicely, that one for Bracey, and all he had to do was pick his spot. Running towards us, bowls, and that's another short ball, and it's been hammered away in front of square once more for another boundary. There's only 2 fielders in front of square on the leg side, 1 at square leg on the boundary. Mike needs to go slightly fuller, but no, he goes short again, and it's the same result, 4 more. So Ben Mike not learning from his previous mistakes, and Mike runs in once more, bowls, and that's slightly fuller, and that's an under edge, past the stumps, past the keeper, and away for 4 more. Wasn't quite there to be pulling that one.
Patel is, bowls a really dragged down delivery that is pulled down around the corner, and steps in and bowls outside off stump, cut for 4, and I think that was a little bit unlucky. That was not dissimilar perhaps to the direction that I guess you're sort of talking about there.
Van Beek goes slightly short, and that's pulled away in front of square, and I think Josh Hull lost sight of it for a second. Wouldn't have got there anyway.
Right is in, edged, caught. Really good catch by Rishi Patel, diving away to his right, got 2 hands to it, went at it a little bit hard-handed. Jack Taylor there.
Slipping place into Van Buuren, runs in, and Van Buuren has a slash, and it's just past that first slip, Rishi Patel, and away for 4.
Got his hand to it.
Yeah, just fingertips.
Tall action bowl, short down the leg side, pulled down towards fine leg. It's going to go for 4, and Graham Van Buuren, a trial through the 90s, but he's got there to a second championship 100 of the summer from 136 balls. That's really given this day to Gloucestershire. Right ball, struck him on the pad, and gone LBW, and the day will finish with Graham Van Buuren out. There's a shake of the hands from Rishi Patel to Graham Van Buuren to say well played, but Chris Wright, he probed away